On Talk TV, I don't look at it very often. Every so often, I get waylaid, and there it is. And here is Mike Graham talking to a person called Lord Lucas, and both of them ought to have greater sense. But I'm going to play you a little bit of their conversation because it is simply staggering. Egged on by Mike Graham, who I'm afraid I've met. I think this Lucas man talks about using drones in some sort of subterranean method to puncture
in a slightly different way, which
boats.
is basically, if you puncture the dinghies, how can they get across the channel? It seems pretty straightforward. Lord Ralph, very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks very much for joining us. I mean, it's been a conversation we've been having, obviously, for many years here on this station, and for many years probably in the company that you keep as well. And I've always said, why can we not just have somebody on the beach walking down it with a big Rambo knife or something, just sticking it into the dinghy as they try to get into it, and therefore they can't get into the water? Your plan is slightly more elaborate, involving drones.
Well, you need rather fewer drones than you need people if you're going to.
Yes.
Don't know where they're launching from. The surveillance capability of a big drone is huge now. We use them extensively in the North Sea. It wouldn't take anything we don't already have to know exactly when people are launching and where they're launching from.
Right. And people think of drones as those small things that you put up at the, sort of on a Saturday afternoon to film your boy playing football or something. But you're presumably talking about slightly bigger, perhaps more well-equipped and even armed drones.
I don't think it would. No, I'm for the job of puncturing very much thinking of small ones, small disposable drones just buzzing around looking for an opportunity to land on the boat and stick a hole in it.
Right. Oh, okay.
These are not hard things to wound.
Right. So you're not thinking, because when I read the story, forgive me, I thought that you wanted to perhaps have something that could fire a dart or an arrow of some kind into the dinghy.
I think that might be a bit dangerous. There might be someone got in the way of it.
Right.
No, I'm something that would land on the boat and then just put a hole in it.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at what the Ukrainians have done, and there's so much on the net, and the extraordinary variety of drones they've created, the extraordinary capability, we must be up to doing something like that.
Absolutely. And I mean, knowing the House of Lords as we do, what was the reaction when you said?
And it's not clear immediately from what he says whether he's planning to do this in the middle of the channel and sink all the inhabitants, or whether he's trying to do it at the point when they are launching the boats. He says, "Oh, we wouldn't like to drop some sort of arrow from the drone because that might hurt somebody," and then talking about they couldn't do it legitimately in France because that would invite some sort of war with France. It's madness. Let me play you this, and you will agree. If this is what a channel does, simply because it has airtime, then it should stop, because this is nonsensical, or it needs to be ridiculed. I think we need to write in to Mike Graham and tell him to, recite nursery rhymes or something more dignified than this nonsense. And Lord Lucas, I watched him in Parliament delivering this nonsense as well. Frankly, he needs to retire.
The drone capability we see daily in Ukraine, could not that be used to puncture people's smugglers' boats before they ever leave French shores?
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, let me just say that, of course, the use of drones is going to become increasingly important. With respect to the Noble Lord's suggestion, I'm sure that people have heard that and will consider it in due course.
Anyway, so this is the rubbish that Talk TV has been putting out. I think it's worth noting. There are people who, what should we say? Savages, who are carried away with their own savage superiority. And it's disquieting. It's very worrying listening to them talking about real people in this manner.